everybody, I'm Lara Trump coming to you from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. As the list of Donald Trump's victories for the American people grows longer and longer, so do the reasons Democrats have to abandon the party of doom and gloom and join Team Trump. With me to discuss the movement of voters walking away from the Democrat Party is the founder of the Walk Away campaign, Brandon Straka. Brandon,
hey, good to see
welcome in.
Thank you so much.
This is so exciting.
Thank you, it is.
You were the founder of the Walk Away campaign, and for people out there that don't know what that means and what that is, give me the background on it.
Sure. So I'm sorry to report that I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. I'm sorry, America. But I did. I mean, I fell for the slick marketing of the Democrat Party and the liberal media, and who I think really control the narrative politically in this country so much, particularly if you're a minority. I'm a gay man, but it could be if you're black, if you're brown, if you're LGBT, if you're even a woman, if you're a woman.
Absolutely.
The narrative coming out of the left is that the Democrat Party is the only party that cares about you. It's the only party that, has your back and is looking out for you, and that you're in danger from the Republican Party, or that you're a victim of oppression in a system that will not allow you to succeed in America. I fell for all of it. And sadly, too, I also fell for the narrative of the type of man that Donald Trump is and the type of people that his supporters were. I think it goes without saying how the media reports on that, on this president or his supporters. I think it honestly took someone like Donald Trump getting elected president and something that different to shake things up, to really reveal the extremity of what the liberal media truly is and what the Democrats truly are. It was once the media went completely insane after he got elected that I saw so clearly, wait a second, something's wrong here, something's off. Things are not what they seem. And the stories that were coming out day after day that he was going to reverse gay marriage, that all these terrible things were going to happen to minorities, well, none of them came true. And in fact, as we see, most people are doing much better today than they were years ago.
Shocker.
So, long story short, I ended up seeing the truth, walking away from the Democratic Party, but not one to go silently. I decided to speak out about it and do something about it, because I knew, number one, there are probably millions of people who are feeling exactly the same way that I'm feeling, first of all. And second of all, it really, really, really ticked me off that the liberal media is intentionally scaring minorities. They're intentionally injecting fear and manipulating our emotions and controlling our behavior and the way that we vote by doing this. And worst of all, they're creating so much chaos and division in America and making people hate each other, when this is such a beautiful, wonderful nation and such a beautiful, wonderful time. We're doing so well. Why shouldn't we be unified? Absolutely.
No, I say it all the time. So you started posting on social media with the hashtag #WalkAway. And then what happened next was sort of astounding. You had so many people that joined you. You encouraged people, if you have a story like mine, if you are walking away from the Democrat Party, post your story, use the hashtag #WalkAway. And were you shocked by how many people actually did that?
Well, yes and no. On the one hand, like I said, I knew deep down that there were probably millions of people feeling exactly the same way I was feeling. The question was, will they speak out?
Right, because it's hard. They don't make it easy for anybody.
No, they don't. They don't. And I truly understand now this concept of the silent majority. I get it. Because it's very difficult to go against the stream of what is considered, mainstream narrative in this country, which is all coming out of the left. And so I created a 6-minute video to kick off the campaign, explaining all of the reasons why I was walking away from liberalism and the Democratic Party. And then I started a group on Facebook called the #WalkAway campaign. And what I did was said to people, tell your stories, make your own videos, also speak out. I had hoped it would be as big as it is today, but I didn't know, because it's not up to me if people actually make the videos or not. It took a week or two of me begging, you guys, please, come on, don't leave me hanging here, don't leave me hanging. But they did. Slowly, people started to step up, and it was beautiful, and it continues to be beautiful, because you know something? It's not just white people making their videos. It's black people, it's Hispanic people, it's LGBT people. The Walkaway campaign is truly a movement for all Americans of all backgrounds, of all types. And it is, I think, a glimpse of America as it should be, and a slice of America at its very best. I mean, it is every type of American coming together in unity.
It's so nice, and listen, it took a lot of guts to do what you did.
Thank you.
I know I haven't known you a long time, but I'm so proud of everything you've done.
Thank you.
And the president has even tweeted at you and told you, and said how much he appreciates it and what a great thing you're doing. And you just mentioned you celebrated the first anniversary just a week or so ago.
Yes.
You had a couple of big events. Do you think now, with the economy going well and so many things going right in this country for people and really lives being changed for the better,
Right.
do you feel like more people are walking away?
Well, what I think is that the economy doing as well as it's doing, and increasingly so as time goes on, it certainly is not going to hurt. Because what I think where the stranglehold happens from the liberal side and the Democrat side is the emotional part, the fear, the manipulation of fear. As more time goes on and more people see that they've been sold a bill of goods in terms of, you know, the ominous warnings coming out of the liberal media that never come true, that never come to fruition. Of course, we see, you know, 2 years they took us down a rabbit hole of I don't even know how to say the word, do I?
The craziest.
The collusion, delusion. Yeah, and look where that has led us. So people, I think, are starting to get it. Now, you take that, you know, all of this manipulation of emotion and fear, that people are going, wow, I really don't like the way I've been lied to, and I don't like the way I've been manipulated. And then on the other side, you say, well, over here, things are going very well.
Right.
And you're making more money, your taxes are lower, you know, people are feeling more incentivized to start their own business and to take control of their own fate and their own destiny, which is amazing. I think people are starting to see, hold on, like I just said, something's very wrong on the other side. And so, yeah, I think a strong, booming economy and employment at an all-time high.
Yes.
It's only going to, I think, further incentivize and bolster people's desire to walk away from a party that isn't really looking out for them at all.
Yeah, and we know that the Democrat Party and the mainstream media love to use identity politics.
Oh, yeah.
As we go into the election season, which really has sort of already kicked off for 2020, it kind of seems like that's all they have. They can't fight this president on the economy, job growth, wages going up. He's really doing everything in a very positive way for this country.
Right.
Do you think that the identity politics and that sort of thing is just going to drive these 2020 candidates further and further left and really further away from what the average person in this country can get behind?
I hope so.
I know.
No, I really do hope so. And yes, I do believe that's what's inevitably going to have to happen. It's going to be a wonderful carnival.
I can't wait. I keep saying, let's all just get like a movie theater and some popcorn because this is going to be so entertaining.
Watch them eat each other alive because, I mean, really, honestly, sadly, that's what it's going to boil down to. Are you gay enough? Are you black enough? Are you transgender enough? Are you disabled enough? The truth is, I think that they're all going to eat each other alive because this is where we're at. They don't care about policy. They don't care about issues. We know they don't care about the American people, which is why illegal immigration has become their pet project.
So crazy.
Yeah. And so, which is another thing. I mean, when you think about it, so, you know, they've gotten by so long on the identity politics and the pandering and the fear mongering towards minorities. Now they don't even care about the minorities that they've been pandering to for so long. They don't care about gay people. They don't care about black people. If they cared about black people and if they cared about Hispanic people, they would understand that this push for open borders and illegal immigration disproportionately affects low-income black and Hispanic people more than anybody.
Yep, 100%.
It is the Republicans who are saying we want all American citizens, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, to thrive.
Yep. That is 100% true. Well, I hope so too. I hope they keep getting crazier and crazier. Whoever gave them a shovel, let them keep going, digging that hole.
Yes.
Now, you did bring up that we had to go through this disaster in this country, really for every American citizen, for over 2 years. The Mueller investigation, the report finally came out and showed what we had all said from the beginning, Brandon.
Right.
There was no collusion with Russia.
That's right.
And finally, we are ready to put it behind us. But I think the good thing with that is maybe that the American people saw just a glimpse of what the media does. And the fact that they spun everything so far out of control. Do you think it is going to help, that sort of little peek into it, for people to see that the media deceives them every day, that there is deception going on, and that they do tell a narrative that they want for people to see and not really report the news out there.
Sure. Well, so here's the story with that. All joking aside, so many people put all of their hopes and dreams into this idea that that report was going to be so scandalous and so scathing that they would be able to remove a president who they hate so much. Why they even hate him, they don't know, but the media tells them so, so they do.
Yes.
This was so much bigger and so much worse than anything else that's happened so far. My journey away from the Democratic Party began with the realization that Donald Trump did not mock a disabled reporter when the media told me that he did. That's when it started. It ended months later with Rachel Maddow going on a tweeting frenzy saying, I've got his tax returns, I've got his tax returns. No, really, tune in tonight. So I tuned in tonight with bated breath while she vamped for 40 or 50 minutes, then finally produced 2 pieces of paper which showed he paid his taxes in 2005. And so
wait for it, folks. He paid his taxes.
So
amazing.
So for me, those were sort of minor examples of the media, the revelation that the media lies and that the media manipulates. I'm legitimately concerned, Laura, about the collusion delusion because this was 2 years of people being strung along, and they have going down this rabbit hole, I think, for so long and getting people so invested in this is actually, I believe, going to traumatize people that at this point they're like, oh my God, you lied to me for 2 years, and I believe you got me hating this person so badly and invested in this fantasy that this president who you've made me hate so much is going to remove it, and it's not going to happen. I believe it's probably going to take months for people to be able to fully process what has really happened here, the truth of what's going on. And the best that we can do is for people like you and people like me and all people in the Walk Away campaign and all people in the conservative movement to open our arms and embrace these people.
Absolutely.
As they realize that they have been completely hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
It's just crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, I just have to say, you're someone who I really didn't know a lot about. I caught you on Mark Levin's show one time, and I was so enthralled with your interview that I literally stood. I didn't even sit down, Brandon. I stood in front of the TV for like 20 minutes and was like, oh my God, this guy's amazing.
Thank you.
And you kind of apologetically say that you voted for Hillary Clinton, but I think that gives you really so much credibility in your support for the president now, because you were on the other side. You were hysterical, and the people that were upset after he won. And now you're here and you're speaking your truth, and I think what you're doing is great. I think it's so important. Thank you for fighting for the country, for the president, for standing up for people of all backgrounds who want just somebody to say it's okay, because it is. It's okay to come out and say I support the president of the United States who was elected by the people of this country. So
it's not only okay. It's great.
Yes,
and it feels really good.
It is great.
It feels really good.
Well, thank you for all you do. I'm sure we'll have some updates from you soon about all the great things you're doing, and thank you for being here today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
With the Trump agenda winning more and more victories for the American people, it's time for Democrats to walk away and join the MAGA movement. That's the real news for today. I'm Laura Trump from Studio 45 at Trump Tower in New York City. Thanks for joining us, everybody.